first game here. And not wasting any time here. We got Senior Citizen Discount versus Team Sinix. He's taking us to Brax's Holdout. This was Senior Citizen Discount's map pick. So we will see that Team Sinix has the first pick, first ban. Sorry, just trying to get some people going here, helping them out, getting rolling on this one. So right away, we see the Tassadar band coming out. Not a big shocker. Brax's Holdout, you know, famous for being a map that is all about making sure that you need to get on that sustained heals and DPS. And so that's pretty much going to be what we're going to see coming out from these teams in this one. I'm going to be looking for that sustain. Tassadar, very good at sustaining that. The Stitches hover here by the side of Senior Citizen Discount. I'm not surprised. Stitches has a lot of has been seeing a lot of play lately. He's a very, very solid hero in a lot of scenarios, and so seeing him get banned out and prioritized as a priority pick quite often. Ariel insta-snap picked there by Team Sinix. Ariel, kind of the queen of the sustained healing, so I think this is a great map for her. Now we got Senior Citizen Discount. Have those next two picks. They're probably going to look to get their sustained damage dealer. They may definitely want to consider grabbing a healer here, but they do not. They're going to get Greymane. They're going to go ahead and pick up a Nubarak. And Nubarak has been a really, really large part of the meta for quite a while now. His web wrap is just too strong. It's just a little bit ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Just a straight up team fight changer. Greymane also picked up here. He's got pretty good sustained DPS as well. Good poke damage, but also good point presence. He's able to dive in and really be able to bully off of these points when the time is right. Also, just kind of an all-around great hero. There's not really a comp that you couldn't fit a Greymane into, so a pretty good early pick. You know, Senior Citizen Discount not showing too much of what they're trying to do, just kind of picking up a couple of heroes that are strong in the meta. We're going to see the Vala coming out, which is going to be the Ariel battery for this one, for the side of Team Sinix. And Johanna also going to follow that up. Another good sustained tank for Brax's Holdout. She's able to sit on those points pretty religiously, pretty safely, without taking too much heat for quite a while. So you talk about point presence, you don't get much better point presence than Johanna. Alright, so the Uther band being hovered here. But Senior Citizen Discount taking a large amount of time to think about this one. There's definitely going to be a second support. Well, not definitely, but surely that's going to be the strategy they're going to want to go for here. over on the side of Team Sinix. So they're going to deny the Uther Ariel double healer comp. But there are a lot of other healers that the side of Team Sinix can still go here. Uther also maybe could have been a good healer for the side of Senior Citizen Discount to actually pick up. So a little surprised at the Uther ban there. Uther, one thing I will say, he's not famous for being played on this map because he doesn't have very good sustained healing. He is definitely a burst healer, so probably not wanting to go in that direction. It does pair well with Greymane, but they're probably going to look for something a little bit more sustainy. And the Chromie ban coming out, so a classic counter to this Ariel Vala comp that we've seen coming out recently. And they're going to ban that out and deny it. I really like that ban. It's really good at targeting Ariel. It's a solid choice for trying to burst down somebody through the sustained healing of Ariel. That she can't really do a whole lot about it. And if you Aegis, then that gives Chromie an even easier target to go ahead and snipe down. So it's a solid ban coming out here from Team Sinix. 2 picks coming up here for Senior Citizen Discount. They may want to consider getting their healer here. If Team Sinix is going to pick another healer, then they'll want to pick that before the pool gets even smaller. Still need some backline damage. Still probably want another frontliner. They could decide to save the support to see what the damage is, but they're going to go with Malfurion here. So prioritizing the wave clear is SCD, Senior Citizen Discount. Go ahead and pick up probably the best wave clear support in the game in Malfurion. And Gul'dan's wave clear is pretty much unrivaled in the game. So very good if you do happen to lose. Oh my. Huh. Cat decided to knock over the fan, so that's apologize for that, folks. When are you gonna learn? When are you gonna learn that thing is not rooted in place and you can't just lean up against it, you silly kitty? Alright, so 2 more picks here for the side of Team Expert. Round out their comp. They definitely want another frontliner. Solo lane, so far it looks like SCD that's exactly what they saved. This last pick for is their solo lane. So we'll have to see what they decide to go with here. So the Zarya and the Thrall. So the Thrall will definitely be that solo lane. The Zarya is going to be that second pseudo support for the Vala that everybody wants to get the extra shielding. Also good damage though in the sustained comp. So we'll have to see how that works out here for the side of Team Sinix. So pretty standard. If you can't get Tassadar, Zarya is definitely a good second pick here. One more pick for SCD. They definitely need a solo laner, so they have a couple options on the board. Sonya is definitely available, who's got good solid wave clear, and is also another frontliner, which I think they really need here. Leoric could be an option. Not necessarily the best against Thrall. Kind of depends on the player matchup there. So they'll go with the Haka, another classic solo laner, good global for this map. So I have to apologize to all the faithful fans watching, but I don't want that fan blowing into the ground during this entire match. So I will be back in just a moment. Alright, we are back, and we are loading in here the Braxis holdout. So our first round here of our third ESM tournament. Should be quite the hootenanny for both of these teams. All right, and in we go. Braxis holdout. On the left. Let's see, on the left? You have Senior Citizen Discount. It's going to be Rock Modern Life on the Gul'dan. Melted Legos is going to be playing the Anubarak. Coffee is going to be playing Greymane. Nublet. There we go. On the Malfurion. And Dahaka is going to be playing by Team Captain Ragnarok. Ramming his head on in there. On the right, Team Sinix. Callow is going to be playing the Thrall here. Xander is going to be on the Ariel. It's Cave Larice going to be playing the Johanna. Valimar is going to be on the Vala, and Vereno going to be playing the Zarya. We see the standard rotations. As expected, it is going to be Thrall versus the Dahaka in the top lane. A Blind Wolf going to hit there. And the poke damage already real from the side of Senior Citizen Discount. Vala already losing quite a bit of health. Xander's going to have to work on bringing that back up. Definitely superior wave clear over on the side of Senior Citizen Discount. And we're going to see that is going to have an effect on this game over the long haul. They're going to be able to clear these waves faster, start focusing on the heroes a little bit more. Melted Legos going in with the Burrow Charge, going to be punished a little bit in the return damage, but Caleb Reese is going to have to be careful here. Health already down below half. Again, the poke damage being a factor here. They're doing a nice job of not feeding into the Zarya shields too much. Instead, focusing on other heroes. Melted Legos does get hit by that Detainment Strike. Getting very low here. Coffee also in a lot of trouble. Going to have to back off. Both of these guys are going to make it out, though. Be able to tap the well. At least a couple of them are. Melted Legos is going to have to go all the way back here. Pick up that orb in the bottom. That healing orb. Globe generators on this map always a bit of an X factor, and who can sustain here. Melted Legos is back though from that long trip back to the Hall of Storms. Goes in aggressively, and again gets poked down for it quite a lot. One thing I did not mention here, did not pick up on, solo heal Malfurion over on the side of Senior Citizen Discount. Not sure exactly how well that's going to end up for them here. It is kind of a rough thing to have to deal with. He's got good sustained healing, but the healing power is not what it once was on the Malfurion. He's been reworked. Coffee getting poked down. And right now, the side of Team Sinix is really dominating here in this bottom lane. In the top, though, Ragnarok has been able to keep the beacon, but actually he's going to rotate up for that globe. So we do see Callow trying to rotate to grab it. Does hit the root, but it's not quite enough, as the battle will continue there. See Senior Citizen Discount rotating up and grabbing that, but definitely superior sustain here for the side of Team Sinix. We've got Johanna, who's just a really beefy tank, can take a lot of hits. Unlike Anubarak, who has a lot of trouble in that department. Just not as tanky. Got a lot more CC, but just cannot take as many hits as Johanna can. The sustained damage between Vala and Ooh, wow, this front wall already taking a ton of damage here. Between Vala and the Zarya, pretty even to the sustained damage, I think, that that we see from Gul'dan and Greymane, but they are able to direct it, I think, a little bit better at the targets they want at the time. Meanwhile, yeah, the real win there is in the tanking and the healing department for the side of Team Sinix, and it is showing here in the bottom lane. Bleeplorp with the subscription. Oh my goodness, man. Thank you so much. I actually forgot that I put that down as the air horn, so big air horns to you. I'll have to have some subscription announcements after this one. A little chit chat about what we're doing for our subscribers. All kinds of new stuff. By the way, Fnatic just won game 3 in the series / game 4. So for anyone that's interested, Fnatic, your new world champions. But in this one, Team Sinix is on it, already getting this bottom 4, and they're looking to take that first step into becoming the ESM tournament number 3 champions here. And Fort Destruction here in the bottom. Team Sinix dominating that bottom lane. They haven't been able to get any beacon pressure so far. And in the switch, I like the rotation here from Melted Legos. He goes ahead and caps that. They're going to have that for just a few seconds. Get a little bit of a charge there. As now we see the swap. Team Sinix sends their 4-man wrecking crew to the top. Going to go ahead and work on this top front wall. But nice prioritization here by Senior Citizen Discount. I do like that they are trying to prioritize the beacons. They know they can't win in the laning phase, so they're trying to get as much of the objective as they can. And now with Kahlo in the bottom here on the Thrall, he's not going to be able to really dominate that laning phase. He'll be able to just kind of even out the laning phase, and if he can keep Ragnarok honest here, it's going to be a victory for him. But right now, you know, the Team Sinix is just happy taking a little bit of an XP lead, taking a definite structure lead, and just rolling with it from there. They'll take that advantage straight to the core, even if they never capture a single objective this match. So looking at a couple of these talent builds, we do see Gul'dan has been building for the stacks. Let's take a look to see how he's doing on that. 34 corruption stacks so far. Also the Moonfire build coming out from Malfurion here, from Nublet. Getting some progress done on that here in the laning phase. You see the multi-shot build coming out from Valimar. Very good sustained DPS with a little touch of burst. Coffee being caught out here, and could this be first blood? He'll be able to saunter his way on out of there. It's a full defensive squad here for Team Sinix. They are making sure that nobody's getting in on this beacon, and yet again they have worn down the ammo out of this front wall. They have taken it down. And Uberak gonna have to hit the B button, go back and get some health. Level 10s are here for Team Sinix, and in the bottom lane, Kahlo even going ahead and capping that for a moment. Going to get them a little bit of that charge. And now we see the rotations are coming in yet again. Where is Team Sinix going? I can only think the bottom lane. Go to the bottom, try and find themselves a rag, but they'll at least pick up this this beacon here in the bot. But it's just traded out in the top. So no charge. No real exchange here. Level 10 right around the corner for the side of Senior Citizen Discount. Back off until they get it. It's again just trading out the beacons. Ragnarok grabbing the bottom one and grabbing the top. These teams just kind of respecting each other, feeling each other out here in this quick best of 1 series for these two teams. 5-man commitment to the top lane right here by Team Sinix. Ragnarok getting some work done in the bottom. Getting that soak, trying to get them caught up a little bit on the XP. Kahlo and Caleb Reese. Take this beacon back, put the rotation in here. Not going to allow any sort of charge. And back and forth they go. The seesaw that is Braxis holdout, ladies and gentlemen. Front wall taking a little bit of heat here. Nothing that they can't deal with. Nice job here by Senior Citizen Discount, actually. They go ahead and take some of this front wall. They're actually going to get the entire front wall on the top, so taking a little bit of a page out of Team Sinix book, taking advantage of pushing where Team Sinix is not. They're going to go ahead and get a good solid amount of damage. They get the well, about half health off the fort. The rotation is here for Team Sinix. Clear this up and maybe push in towards the beacon. Again, 5-man commitment up here. Oh, but the collapse onto Valimar, just barely missing there, and the turn is real. The strafe coming out. Yeah, Twilight Dream going to deter them a little bit. The Sundering comes out, but a very nice response there by Rock Modern Life with that Horrify. Ragnarok, though, getting very, very low. Going to have to waltz his way on out of that one. He did come up, and now it looks like that's going to allow them to grab the beacon here, but beacon still capped in the bot for the side of Senior Citizen Discount. The AoE healing is real here, though, from Team Sinix. Xander keeping everybody alive, but as I say that, Zarya goes down. Aegis comes down to at least negate some of that damage, and all of a sudden, it's a 1 for 4. Rock Modern Life also not going to make it out of this. 1 for 5, and finally, we get a big team fight breaking out, and there are your first kills of the game and the first big exchange. Big win going over to Team Sinix. And again, the sustain is real. Any team fight that lasts more than a couple seconds is going to go over to the side of Team Sinix because they just don't have the healing throughput with that solo Malfurion. If they do get a nice drag, a nice CC combo with the Malfurion route onto the Vala, they can maybe take out the Ariel battery and win that 4v5 from there. But if those team fights last more than a couple seconds, as we saw there, the Burrow charge didn't quite hit on the Vala. They weren't able to quite lock her down, so the strafe came out. The healing throughput from Xander followed that up from that. See another team fight breaking out here in the bottom. A nice Twilight Dream and the isolation onto Ariel. Going to force them to back up here. But we do see many of the ults down now for the side of Senior Citizen Discount, mostly used defensively. The Horrify, the Twilight Dream. Not really able to get any picks off of that. It's going to make it rough for Senior Citizen Discount to go ahead and take another team fight here. But they're going to give it a shot. Point. The side of Team Sinix going ahead and rotating around, only 6% away from getting that nice Zerg wave. And it does look like they're going to send Thrall up to go ahead and pick up that beacon. We'll see if Ragnarok there is going to let him do that. Meanwhile, invade and camp stolen here, and that is going to be the 100 Zerg wave marching through this top lane. The Zerg are going to start rolling out of this pen. Oh, meanwhile, Ragnarok caught out here. He's going to be blown up and tossed right down the hole. Meanwhile, 5-man commitment into the top lane. Caleb Reese going to start taking a little bit off of this, but really just giving Zarya some nice charge. The Banelings are coming in. Always important to try to clear those. And a very nice cocktail there from Coffee to be able to do just that. Not going to allow the Banelings to get a ton of siege damage. Which is if any of us have played Warcraft or StarCraft 2, that's really the main thing. Is you just never let the Banelings hit anything. We see the strafe coming out though. Ooh, and the nice Horrify going to split up the team here. Deaths coming all over the place, and low health bars at the very least, if not deaths. But Xander doing a nice job keeping everybody alive. They haven't gotten Valimar, so that means the healing throughput's still coming in. The flank from Ragnarok does get the drag on to Xander, but they're going to be able to turn around and blow him up, and that overall will be a 1-for-3, 1-for-4 exchange, like I was saying. And with this Zerg wave, they still have the Guardians in the back here, still pushing down this core, and that is going to be it. Team Sinix taking it here in pretty short order. Going to lose Johanna, but they're still going to take down the core. And round one will go over to Team Sinix.